Hey there, football fans. Welcome back to Bills News Consolidated, your go-to source for in-depth NFL analysis and breakdowns. Today, we've got something special lined up for you as we dive deep into Terrel Bernard's first start as a Buffalo Bills middle linebacker. That's right, folks. The rising star from Baylor University is ready to make a name for himself in the NFL, and we're here to break down every single snap from his debut as the starting middle linebacker. I'm your host, Zella, and in this video, we're leaving no stone unturned. We'll witness Terrel Bernard in action, blitzing the quarterback, locking down receivers in pass coverage, and commanding the front and back end of that Buffalo Bills defense. But that's not all. We'll also see him reading the run, dissecting offensive schemes, and delivering some bone-crushing tackles that will leave you on the edge of your seat. It's a matchup you won't want to miss. Terrel Bernard and the Buffalo Bills taking on the New York Jets. So grab your snacks, settle in, and let's break down all 54 snaps that will reveal the good, the bad, and the ugly of this promising young linebacker's performance. Oh, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you won't miss a single breakdown from our channel. Now let's get right into the action and see what Terrel Bernard brings to the table in his first start as a Buffalo Bill. The first play of the game, we're going to see a running play here. Terrel Bernard kind of gets trapped on the inside with Aaron Rodgers handing the ball off here. You know, he just didn't really necessarily read the play all too well. And ended up Breece Hall breaking free, which happened a lot. 172 rushing yards against the Bills this game. Aaron Rodgers still in the game for only 4 snaps. So we see some pass coverage abilities here from Terrel Bernard. A little stumble from Aaron Rodgers, but good coverage from Terrel Bernard. So you see Terrel Bernard communicating, pointing, directing this defense. Jordan Poyer listening in on it. Aaron Rodgers dropping back in pass coverage. Now it gets cut out of the screen, but Terrel Bernard was actually holding on this play. He got flagged for it. It seemed to be good coverage, but got called for the flag. Now they're 5 yards further. Aaron Rodgers is still in the game. You see the pass coverage there for Terrel Bernard. That's the play that Rodgers goes down and Zach Wilson comes in. Love the widespread formation here against Zach Wilson. We'll see Terrel Bernard lining up, faking the blitz, dropping back into pass coverage. Ball goes the other way. Another pass for the Jets. Terrel Bernard in his back pedal in the corner of the screen. It's caught. He breaks on the ball, and that's what we're here for. Demolishing. Linebackers are bash bros. Matt Milano, Terrel Bernard, bash bros. You're going to see that during this game. But RPO style here, Zach Wilson dirts it. Good coverage, good read by Terrel Bernard. Here we go. Once again, Terrel Bernard pointing, directing, talking to Jordan Poyer, talking to the back end, talking to the front end, communicating to Matt Milano. You know, that's what you have to do. And I want to replay this and show you how fast Terrel Bernard reads this offensive lineman jumping offside. He reads it faster than Milano. So you could see here, look how fast he points. He's already making the motion to point. He's pointing at the offensive lineman already, and he jumps off sides. Then you could see A.J. Epinesa, Matt Milano jumping in, pointing there. But to go from communicating from Jordan Poyer to the front end to Matt Milano to even Micah Hyde he's talking with, and then he turns around, reads the play. It's not like too much is on his plate, and then he points at the offensive lineman. He sees him moving before anyone else. You know, I think that's just great awareness. It's great awareness to see. Faking the blitz again. Is he going to blitz? Drops back in a back pedal, puts his foot in the ground. Ball goes the other way. Terrel Bernard looking around, looking at the play, and he blitzes in. He gets chopped a little bit, but he still hits the quarterback. We're going to see what happens here. I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, man, he shouldn't have got chopped. But to stay on his feet after getting a chop from the running back, I think he still had great pursuit on Zach Wilson and still forced him to pass it. You know, he was definitely forced to still pass that ball, and fortunately it was complete, but you could see it, right? Still reads the snap, blitzes in, stays on his feet. Pretty decent job. It's just a good block by the running back. There's another run by the New York Jets, but you're going to see what happens here. He kind of gets trapped in the inside once again. Running back goes back towards the outside, and Terrel Bernard's nowhere to be found. Once he makes contact with that offensive lineman, you see him, that offensive lineman just locking him up, pushing him back. Here we go, pointing, directing, communicating again, reads the run. It's going towards the outside. Bam! That's a tight end, Conklin. that he shocks there. Does a great job. Matt Milano knifed in there anyways. Play it again here. Playing it again. Going in. Riding. Boom. Good shock. Good shock there on the tight end. Another snap. Another pass. Terrel Bernard communicating after the snap. Pointing while the play is going on. Jordan Phillips brings him down. The New York Jets are backed up here. Linebackers are salivating right now, trying to get a safety, trying to get a tackle for loss. And we're going to see Breece Hall escape for an 80-yard run. And what ends up happening here, we got to pay attention to a lot. Greg Rousseau kind of gets double-teamed and sealed on that edge. Terrel Bernard steps towards the inside of the field and gets trapped. Trey White will come in from the outside to make a tackle, and he misses. So as you see the ball get snapped, you're going to see Terrel Bernard reading that hole between that offensive line and defensive line. I'm sure he's looking at Breece Hall thinking he could sneak right in there right now, make a tackle for loss, make a game-changing play. But we're going to see Conklin, and I don't know who the other Jet is, double seal on Greg Rousseau, who then pushes him and seals that hole up. That hole closes, and Terrel Bernard is now trapped, and he is getting sealed. They even have another Jets offensive lineman there, blocker, and we're going to see Trey White come in and just try to make a tackle, and he misses the tackle, and he escapes for a long, long run. Here we see a little bit of the bad with Terrel Bernard. It almost looks like Jordan Poyer's hands are up saying, like, what? Like, what are you saying? What's the call? Right? So you have Terrel Bernard communicating to him, telling him to play. Jordan Poyer waving his hand like, nuh-uh, no. And then he's talking to Matt Milano. Matt Milano's like, what? And later in this video, we're going to see Matt Milano actually, it seems like he called off Terrel Bernard and was like, no, we're doing this. So at times it gets very, very confusing. It is week 1 and the Bills will continue to improve. See the hand motion and the gestures here. Jordan Poyer standing there with his hands up like, what are you saying? What are you saying? Terrel Bernard tells him what he's thinking. Jordan Poyer looks at it and he says, no, wait. No. See, and it's like there's a little bit of confusion going on. The Jets to Dalvin Cook, and we get in there, does a good job bottling things up. Not a big gain. Here's some communication to the front end of the defense. It looks like Tim Settle looking back right at Terrel Bernard right now. Terrel Bernard giving him the reinsurance, communicating things, talking things out. In pass coverage right now, does a good job in pass coverage. Zach Wilson just throws it away. Right before the ball gets snapped, we're going to see Matt Milano hop over, create a little bit of disguise and confusion there. Terrel Bernard comes in on a blitz, their play action pass, and then drops back, retreats back into coverage. And then bam, lays the lumber. Bone-crushing tackle by Terrel Bernard, cleaning things up. It's a sweep by the Jets. We're going to see Terrel Bernard kind of get trapped on the inside again, too. That offensive lineman nails him to the ground. Dalvin Cook picks up the first. Here's a pass. Terrel Bernard in coverage. Picked off by Matt Milano. We're going to play this really quick again and just show you, even if Matt Milano wasn't there, I believe Terrel Bernard would have been able to make a play. But there's the pass. Maybe not. But Terrel Bernard, Matt Milano were both there to make a play. Matt Milano catches it. Zach Wilson hits him to the ground. Here's the kneel. This is halftime right now. They kneeled it. Jets in an I formation here. Reading the run again. A sweep the other way, and then he cuts it back inside. Terrel Bernard jumping on the pile. Terrel Bernard in coverage. Does a good job. Zach Wilson, and that line just crumbled on him. They're passed by the Jets. He's reading it. Delayed blitz. Completed pass. Terrel Bernard signaling the motion man, sliding over. It does go that way. Dalvin Cook, decent gain. Quick pass. Matt Milano, Terrel Bernard communicating. Screenplay. Breece Hall for a decent gain. Now what ends up happening here, we're going to see actually a package here by the Jets. We have Breece Hall and Dalvin Cook out there. They send Dalvin Cook in motion. Terrel Bernard has to cover Dalvin Cook, the motion man, and then it's a screen back the other way. And what it did was it forced Terrel Bernard to be out of position, but he comes back in, makes a great impact. Here's another block on Terrel Bernard. This is what we're worried about. An undersized linebacker taking on offensive linemen, getting sealed, right? And there it goes. Another 10-yard rip by the Jets. So this was actually a tight end that hit him, but Terrel Bernard reading the play, coming back out, tight end hits him, seals that block right off his butt for a decent gain. And it's plays like this that make you think, if Dotson was out there, could he have taken on this tight end to seal that hole up instead of gotten sealed off by a tight end, right? And I think once Rodgers went out with the injury, I'm sure the Bills maybe thought about putting Dotson out there against the run, because we knew the Jets were going to start running it even more. 172 yards against us. There's another unique run by the Jets. They got offensive linemen pulling. Good run by them. Kind of got sealed off again, Terrel Bernard. Bernard reading that offensive and defensive line, seeding the gap in the offensive line. Fortunately, offensive lineman pull, sees him coming, and takes him on. But it's about sealing up the gap, sealing up the hole so the running back can't go anywhere. And we did a decent job. We did a good job as a whole defense on this play. Milano, Bernard communicating. It's an RPO, so it could be a run or a pass. He reads it, sees that it's a run to Dalvin Cook, comes in and just cleans things up. Like the aggressive attitude. Next play here, Terrel Bernard reading, pointing, directing, coming in and making the tackle on Breece Hall. Play it again here. We'll see pointing, sees it himself, and comes in and makes a solid tackle for no gain. Bills are stacking the box here defensively, predicting that it's a run. It is a run. Terrel Bernard gets locked up by another offensive lineman, but it's a great play by the whole Bills defense. See, just focus on Terrel Bernard. 75 locked up on Terrel Bernard. Terrel Bernard showing the blitz and another wide spread formation by the Bills defense here. Zach Wilson gets under pressure and ends up just throwing it out of bounds. But good overall coverage by the Bills defense. Bernard reading the screen here, gets locked up with 75 again, who does a decent job blocking him, but comes back. So it's tough to diagnose screens, right? Zach Wilson, his head is turned looking back the other way, and then last second turns back to Dalvin Cook, gets the ball out quick, and then Terrel Bernard trying to shed that block, finally does. Here's a screen pass by the Jets, but we're going to see, thankfully, it was a screen pass by them because Terrel Bernard was blitzing in. I think he would have gotten there this time. Ball comes out quick. Bills make a solid tackle. Trey White on the tackle. There's another quick pass by the New York Jets. Terrel Bernard reading that it's a pass, drops back into coverage, running towards the play. We're going to see another bone-crunching tackle by Terrel Bernard on this play. Dropping back into coverage, cleaning things up. The Bash brother, boom! See you later. Absolutely love that. Absolutely love that. And what ends up happening is those turn into fumbles. You know, if he starts popping that ball out, you know, that'd be huge. Those are game-changing plays. Another play-action pass. Reading, diagnosing it, using his speed to get back into the play, throws it back across the field. Christian Benford makes a great play. Terrel Bernard taking on 75, meeting 75 an awful lot this game, kind of gets trapped in the inside. 75 pulls, the right guard pulls to the left side. Terrel Bernard doesn't really see him until the last second. 75 locks on him. Breece Hall with his patient makes a move. Makes a great move and bounces on the outside. Decent run. Bernard pointing, directing, communicating. The first time Sean McDermott's calling plays. Wants to represent on coverage with Conklin. Zach Wilson scrambles, takes a lick. Solid run by the Jets. Terrel Bernard reading things. Jumps to the right, jumps to the left, and just kind of bottles things up. Only a couple yards there. Another run here by the New York Jets. Terrel Bernard reading the run. Taking on that offensive lineman. Sheds a block. Decent job fighting for the Bills. Here we're going to see an interesting play where it is a pass and boom, collides. And that's happened multiple times during this game. We're going to see it again. But Terrel Bernard, right, reading the tight end, crossing, and then look at all the traffic, and he just collides with the Bills players there. Yeah, the Jets' offensive scheme has a lot to do with this. So boom, covering his guy, but doesn't look right and collides. We're going to see it. Reads the tight end, comes in, collides. I believe that's Trey White, Matt Milano, all kind of get tangled up, and the ball gets completed, and there's no one there to really make a tackle right away. Jordan Poyer's trying to delay things, and then they finally come in. Matt Milano, Terrel Bernard. Terrel Bernard, another running play here. We're going to see it. Ball gets snapped, kind of gets taken on by that offensive lineman and driven out of the play, but the rest of the Bills defense does a good job. Jets are trying to score here. Terrel Bernard taking on the offensive lineman, moving back. Show you the shock here, right? Moving towards the play, uses his reach, his shock, sheds the block, goes back at Milano. Terrel Bernard showing blitz here right over that center. What's going to happen here? And they both drop back into coverage. There's a pass by the Jets, but ultimately a Zach Wilson scramble, and Terrel Bernard reads it, comes in, and makes a play. This is the touchdown pass to Garrett Wilson. Another running play. Terrel Bernard gets there, kind of. So we're talking about reading that hole defensively, right? Reading that offensive line, seeing that there's a gap that he could knife in and through, and he just kind of is a little hesitant. You'd like to see him just make a straight beeline right through that hole, and you see him kind of delay a little bit. If he were to not take that sidestep and kind of stop and be hesitant there, I feel like he would have been there to make a play on him. Breece Hall definitely sees him in that gap, and he's like, well, I got to go to the other hole, and forced him that way towards Taylor, towards Jordan Poyer. And with experience, Terrel Bernard's just going to start firing on those things. He's going to start firing and hitting on all those plays. This is a great play by Terrel Bernard. Watch him come in. He takes on the tight end. He doesn't allow the tight end to get to him, right? He takes on the offensive lineman, or the tight end, right at the line of scrimmage, uses his arm length, his block shedding ability, throws him to the ground, actually hits the running back there and forces him back into traffic. He gets bottled up. Go another running play here. Bernard just hopping on the pile. Tackle for loss. Another run. Bernard's not afraid. Throw his helmet right in the thick of things. A lot of communication, a lot of mixing, matching going on here. Solid by the Bills defense. Another play. Motion to the motion side. And then boom. Tackle. Great tackle by Terrel Bernard. We're going to watch this again. Watch him knife in here and make this play. He does such a great job. Motion going over there, reads it, sneaks right behind the tight end and the pulling offensive guard, and boom, makes the tackle. Unreal play by Terrel Bernard. More communication here. He's kind of behind my head. Play goes the other way, and boom, cleans up. Although Terrel Bernard is known to be a pass coverage linebacker, he still showed well against the run. At times, he did have to take on offensive linemen, and at times, he did get sealed up, and maybe that hole closed a little bit, maybe because our defensive line got beat at times too. And I really think with more experience, with more gameplay, Terrel Bernard is going to be more decisive, he's going to be faster, and we saw how fast he reacts to things on that football field. The communication is there. From the front end to the back end. I really believe Terrel Bernard is a great linebacker and a rising star. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe. That's how you support me and signal that I should continue making videos just like this. And so you know, free shipping on Buffalo Fan Shop. We have tons of merch, t-shirts, long sleeve, and hoodies. Make sure you check the link down in the description. Appreciate you guys, and go Bills.